Oh, that was
Slide feet up the street, bend your back, shift your arm, then you pull it back. What's hard, you know. So strike a pose on a canvas.
Hey Oft. I love you too.
All the cops are hanging out in the donut shop. They sing and dance. They spin the club cruise down the block. All the Japanese with they and the party boys call the Kremlin.
You're gonna put my G403 again to take the battery out. And I wanted to show everybody how this worked. Did this work? Okay, there we go. Like how I modified this and why it's relevant. So underneath the mouse feet, under the mouse feet are the screws. There's 4 screws to the G403. Tell me if I need to like move right or left or something. It's gonna be kind of hard to do this regardless. Just because my webcam, I don't really have a good place to put my webcam. Hi Oracle. So, wow, this mouse is fucked up. This is one of the board ribbons. This right here. Specifically my mouse, like there's usually a carriage here for the battery. There's a lot of magnets here. There's just a lot of bullshit in this mouse. I'm also going to take apart, I might take apart this part as well, just to show it. You kind of push up on this little... this is kind of fucked up. I might break this. You like pull up on this little thing, it's like a safety. Yep, these are probably fucked up. That's fine though. I'm not playing Overwatch, so I'm not really worried about it. Anyway. Hi Don. I've done this like 10 times now, so I know exactly what I'm doing pretty much. So instead of having the carriage battery in the carriage, I just glued it on there. It's literally super glued on here. It doesn't move. It's perfectly on here. And I can just take it out and then glue it back on anytime I want. Hey, horseradish. I'm taking apart a G403. It's just glued on there. That's the battery. Thank you, Jocelyn. That's too. I should probably buy a new battery, a new lithium ion. So you can buy these. These are the lipolymer. It's the 383 450. 383 450. You can literally buy like 100 of those for 30 bucks on the Chinese eBay, whatever that's called. It's from China, and China in general. That's where they buy theirs. This is caulk. Caulk. I know I just said caulk, but it's caulk. That I attempted to use instead of super glue, and that did not work. So do not use caulk. Do not use caulk. Caulk on that. Yeah. Yeah, Alibaba. Alibaba. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just do the whole thing. So number one, you can also unscrew the main board, and you're able to clean the sensor directly. And it's usually pretty dirty down there. Usually pretty dirty, like underneath, right underneath where the sensor is, which is underneath this thing, the processor. This. I do not know what this is. It goes right here. It goes right in here. And I have no idea what this is. I've had it out for months, and it had made no difference. It's like a good gram that you can drop. This one underneath the weights, I don't know what it does. I have no fucking clue what this does. Like, it made no difference. In or out, as far as I can tell. I even left it in for a while and it didn't change anything. If you have any problems with your mouse wheel, this is the mouse wheel button. Shit. Mouse wheel button right here. You can go in and see if it's connecting properly and if it's all secured in. If you have a mouse wheel issue. You can also put a little piece of tissue in here if you have like a rattle issue. Here, that's the bottom board that has the sensor. The top. Where's my... Oh. So there's a bunch of screws in here. There's two on the back. There's two on the back. There's one hidden in here in the middle. And then there's one hidden on the side. As well as one up on the top left. Which... Shit. Also, if these go missing, you're just fucked. So... That's why I have this. Draken has a Diva butt mousepad. I hear Razor Mice. I don't know. Anyway, so you have to unscrew all these. This is a PH000. A PH00 will also work, but it's not as good. This is like the smallest screwdriver you can get. I think they're smaller, but not reasonably. I like have to really get in there. Hope that I actually unscrew it correctly. Yeah, this one I got. This is, once again, this is just all fucking glue that I botched operations with. And just the middle one, I don't know what this screw right here does. I have no clue what that holds in place. I think it might be one of the clickers. One of the mouse switches. Stabilizers. Hello? Hello? Did I get this one out? I hate these screws, they're so small. They're bullshit, honestly. Usually not this hard. It's because I'm trying to do it in this weird... I'm just gonna do it over here quick.
Raraxi. Q1. Belly G7 Lovey.
Junie, thank you for the 5 months. Means a lot. You've been here since the start. You Grave P. P missed a month, but I counter, so it's fine. And another that I don't remember currently. Okay, it was the right one that I didn't have. I'm stupid. Whatever. Anyway, I didn't get the right one out. That's what happened. This is the back plate. Good thing, Chini. This is the back plate. That's the mouse switch ribbon, which is this ribbon that connects to the main board. The mouse switches are each held in place by 2 screws. If you have any mouse switch problems, you can also just do this really quick. I'm saying really quick, it's going to take like a couple hours the first time, because you're going to be so afraid of breaking anything, but like, these mice are actually pretty durable, honestly. I'm taking the battery out because I have a paracord wire, and it honestly doesn't feel any different with or without it. Like, it makes almost no difference. If I was moving around my room and needed to use it elsewhere, maybe different. So I have to like poke it out of each side, and it'll like pop right off, basically. Just free. Once it pops free. The G403 wired and the G403 wireless have interchangeable parts, for the most part. I'm gonna have to actually fix this, or actually, that's it. If anyone has any questions, please ask. You can take this board off if you want to. I've never taken it off because there's no reason to, because it's just stuck in here and it's soldered in. This is where the Dpi switch would be. This is where the Dpi switch would be if I still had it on here, but I took it off. I just tore it off, basically. Right here is where the switch would sit. These are the switches, the Omicrons, whatever. Omrons. So if you have any click problems, you should check these. These are the E2F CF7N. So these are the Chinese ones. I don't think I still kept them, but I bought some Japanese ones, but I don't know how to solder, so I'm just kind of fucked. And I can't put Japanese ones in, because I wanted to put Japanese ones in. I'm a nerd. And the Japanese ones are way better than the Chinese ones. This is the stabilizer. I don't know what it's actually called, but I call it a stabilizer. Because, this fucking... God damn it, this light sucks. It's this little piece. So it's like protruding out in front on top of the switch, and it's screwed in. It keeps the left click from going wherever it wants. And it'll only click downwards. Similarly, there's one for the right click that's on the left side there, but it's kind of secured in by itself, so it's not a problem. There's not much more you can do on the top here, except for, like, you can take out the LED power because it doesn't actually change how the LEDs look. I think it's slightly less intense of an LED out the back, but I mean, if you're if you really need LEDs that bad, you're probably not interested in doing this. That's basically it. So if you want to repair your mouse clicks, that's how you do it. You just take it off. Just take it apart. The only thing is that you will probably need replacement mouse feet. Like, you can just buy them off Amazon. The hyperglides are the best ones. And all the other brands are kind of shitty, honestly. It's just, they're not carrying G403 hyperglides right now. They're going to get them back in stock soon, but these are from some other Amazon company, and they're kind of shitty. And I'm glad I'm not playing Widow right now, because they are really bad. And it's kind of unpleasant because they feel kind of scratchy. But for everything else, it's fine. It's fine for general use and for casual use. Any other skates. Logitech will also sell their official ones on Amazon too. They're a little more expensive though because they want to scam people. So basically all I wanted to do, a G502, you can probably do the same thing. Logitech mice are all built pretty similarly. I took apart my G Pro, I just didn't put it back together, so it's just broken over there. Because I lost all the screws. The screws, literally, I have a shaggy carpet, so if I drop any screws, I'm just screwed. So, be careful with them. I was taking out the battery, because if you wire the G403 wireless, even without the battery, it works identically, if not better, since you lower the weight. The LiPo battery is about 11 grams. I don't know if it'll say it on here how much it weighs. I don't have my weight or my scale anymore, because I took that apart too, and it didn't. I don't know, it just didn't work after that. But it was like a $20 scale from Amazon for whatever. Anyway. Put these back on. They're kind of foolproof, honestly. Like, I say as I fucking break it. Oh, there's also the mouse wheel carriage here that I took out. Sometimes it doesn't want to fit in unless you get it into the exactly right spot. I'm retarded. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. I'm smart. I'm very smart. I'm a very smart individual. I don't break things. I swear. I'm very smart. There we go, there we go. Alright, got it in. Finally got it in. Even after taking these apart a few times, I don't feel any change in the performance. That one went right in. I do, yeah. That's why I'm taking the battery out, because honestly, like, I've tried it with and without, wireless and wired, and paracord or not, and paracord just seems the best. Like, in between of lowering your weight and having it feel wireless, too. Paracord and then no battery seems the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, horse, for the 205 bits. Yes, I bought, by the way. Where's the best spot to do this in? Fuck. Also, these screws have little magnets. These screwdrivers have little magnets in the heads. Yeah, the only reason I did this was because I hadn't backup G403. The ultralight I would fuck with 100%. How heavy is the ultralight again? It's like 78? It's slightly heavier than this. This G403, without the battery, is about 80 to 82, I would say. I don't have the scale anymore. It's about 80, I would say. And I could make it lighter if I really wanted to, like, break out a knife or something. But that's where it gets sketchy, because of weight balance. And I think weight balance is really important. I got to GM on C10 with this mouse, exactly like this, with no battery and paracord. With the battery, it's about 90 grams. 91. So then I just make sure these actually click right, and they pretty much do. So these are tight, but not overly tight, or else you strip the screws. Fine. Kind of worried about that. I think that might be why I was double clicking too much. But you can also play with it off. You can play with this off, and this is about 5 grams, I would say. So if I really wanted to go to like a solid 75 or 76 grams, I could take this off and just play like this. But I like it on. I don't know. I think the weight balance is better with it on. Something just feels wrong with it off. Too front heavy, maybe. You can also, I think the G403 is my perfect mouse. I just can't get used to anything else. I always perform the best. Heavier is better for tracking. Lighter is better for flicking in general. But I mean, even so, I found lighter mice better for tracking too. But I also have small hands. If you have big hands and you're big and you have big muscles and you're a strong girl, then heavier would probably be better because you can use more of your muscles to actually use it well. If you're small and you're weak and you have small little baby hands like I do, I don't know. And, you won't hear my slider because it's harder to handle them otherwise. I had the Rival 700, but it had sensor issues, so I sent it back and got my money back. I'm just putting the screws back in. I don't think the screws are enough of a weight difference to justify less security in the construction. So most of the screws are back in, but a lot of the non-essential screws are not in. I still want to try an EC2A because I have an EC1A, but it's too big. It's just too big for me. My hands are too small for it. Oh. Just the attention to detail on your tools make even less optimal tools very optimal. And yeah, I hate the buttons. The side buttons suck. How big is the ultralight compared to the EC1A or the EC2A? Omega. Where was this? Where was the screw? Where was this screw for? Oh wait, no, that was the extra screw that was in there. Never mind. There was an extra one in there. I remember. Using the main for the body. Now this is where you're gonna actually break your mouse. If you actually mess with it too much, like I have. This is where you could potentially break it. Is this ribbon? This ribbon is the most... It's kind of fragile, but not super fragile. But if you fuck up the end of it... Oh, whoop, right there. You won't be able to click. Because that's the actual, like, receiving things. That's the actual, like, most dangerous part of this whole little event. So normally I would just glue it right on here. The battery. No heat issues. It doesn't explode. It's never exploded. It's never come loose. I think it came loose once, and that was because I hadn't secured it right. Shh. The ribbon goes in. It's actually because this broke a little bit, so it's kind of fucked it up. If you try to push it in without it being all the way out, it'll cause problems. Like that. Also, it's already kind of fucked up, so it's just gonna kind of be fucked. If you fuck up the ribbon, you won't be able to click. It's the only downside. It's kind of a big downside, I think. I just kind of make sure it's down there as much as I can get it. 'Cause it pretty much just slides right in. Kind of lewd. That's it. Then there's a. I actually lost the power switch, so that's funny. Since this is a G403 wireless, instead of the wire being like locked into the underneath the mouse wheel, it's just micro USB. Okay, so clicking works. Clicking works, so it's still okay. I'm still probably gonna buy a new G403 and mess with it once I can, once I have some money. Make sure the front is clicked down. And then you just screw in the 4 again. Starfish shape. Like with, I do it like heat sinks. I don't think it makes a difference, but I actually kind of stripped these screws up here. I'm not sure why or how I did it, but they're kind of fucked up, and that's another reason why I want to get another one. I could use the wired undercarriage, but I would have to really finagle it with the fucking micro USB difference. I'm gonna have to download this VOD really quickly after it goes down so that I don't get any strikes. And I can just post this without worrying about the music. Oh. Okay. So first thing I do before I put anything on it, any of the mouse feet on it, I go check it. And make sure it's okay. I'm still on 1600 DPI, so it's gonna be really fast. So it's pretty much fine. I actually think I improved the ribbon a little bit from where it was. Just do a quick test. So that's fine. Then I put these back on. Really, they're just stickers. You just stick them on. Pot.
I'm a driver, I'm a winner. Things are gonna change, I
Fuck.
can feel it.
Top part, bottom part, and middle part. Sticky. Sticky. Also remember too, when it's a third party, even when it's Logitech ones, I think. I didn't do this the very first time I did this, back in Fontana. When I got new mouse feet. They have things you peel off. So don't like play a day with these not peeled off and wonder why you're shit. Using it naturally pushes it down and puts pressure on them. So just using it will make sure your mouse feet are fine. Actually smooths it out way a lot. And that's pretty much the disassembly of the G403. And some examples of parts in it.
Double, triple kill. Quadruple kill. Quintuple kill.